Hey there, welcome back to the Empower Her Business Accelerator podcast. I am Phillipa Channer, your host, and today we're continuing our series on measuring success. In today's episode, we're going to be diving into key performance indicators, or KPIs. This is the essential metrics every entrepreneur should be tracking to ensure business growth and success. KPIs, what they do is they provide actionable insights into the health of your business, and knowing which ones to focus on can make a whole difference in driving your performance and your success and where you spend your time and energy on tracking. But before we get started, I want to give you a quick reminder that the Empower Her program is a very transformative experience. It's designed for female entrepreneurs that are looking to take their marketing and their business strategies to the next level. If you want to learn more, check out the details in the show notes. You can schedule a one-to-one reading with me to see how the program can help you this year. It's a transformative experience from the ground up. We're starting from the basic level of your business to getting you to be more strategic about how you spend your time, money, and efforts marketing your business and just running your business. All right, so now let's dive into the KPIs that every entrepreneur should know and track. All right, so first off, what are KPIs? What are key performance indicators? What does that even mean? So KPIs are measurable values that demonstrate how effective your business is achieving its goals. They're going to provide you with clear insights into different areas of your business, from marketing and sales to operations and even customer satisfaction, that help you understand where your business is struggling or where it's healthy and where it could need some help, or where you need to double down and even do even more because it's doing so well. All right, so there are a few KPIs that everybody can track. I mean, there's a lot when it comes to running your business. It all depends on what is your business goal and what are you trying to accomplish. That will help narrow down where you spend your time tracking. So if you listen to our December series about setting business goals, you can help establish what are your business goals, and that will guide you towards the most important metrics that you need to measure. So make sure you check out that series and the first two in this series to help you get to this point of understanding, what your KPIs should be. But every entrepreneurial, no matter what your goals are, some of these are just things that you should always be thinking about. And probably in some way, shape, or form, depending on your goals, is going to relate to what your goals are. All right, so the first one on my list of what every business owner should track is revenue growth. We talked a little bit about this last week. I'm going to get even more into this. Revenue growth is the growth that measures, how much your business income is increasing over time. And so if you made, $50,000 your first year in business, your goal is to grow that number. So the following year, you should be making more money. That's growth. So why it matters? Tracking revenue growth helps you see whether your business is expanding or contracting. It's a good indicator of overall business health and success. An example, if your revenue increased by 10% from the previous year, you're growing. If it's stagnating or declining, you may need to adjust your strategy. The next KPI that every business owner should be considering and tracking is customer retention rate. What customer retention rate is this tracks the percentage of customers who continue to do business with you over a set period of time. And so depending on if you have product, a lot of my customers and a lot of my clients that I work with have service-based businesses. Oftentimes those services, it's not a one-time deal. It's something that improves. The more that you work with this service, the better whatever problem you're trying to solve is. And so so it's good to have a customer that's retaining your service. That means they found quality, and they found value in the service you provided for them, so much so that they came back for more. All right, and so why this matters is acquiring new customers. It's great, it's exciting, but retaining existing customers is key to long-term profitability. It's a great to get somebody new through the door, but if you can't keep them inside, that means something's wrong. There's something wrong with either the quality of the service you're providing or the longevity of the service you're providing. That's not keeping them sticking around. So if you have people that are retaining you over time, that means you're doing something right. And that's a good measurement to measure. A higher customer retention rate means you're delivering high value and keeping clients happy. And so that's what we want to aim for. So an example of 80 out of 100 customers continue using your services year after year. Your retention rate is 80%, which indicates customer satisfaction. So that's something you want to measure. Next thing that we want to look at is customer lifetime value, CLV. What is it first? CLV is the total revenue you can expect from a single customer throughout their relationship with your business. Why this matters is knowing your CLV helps you understand how valuable a customer is to your business, allowing you to tailor your marketing and sales efforts to maximize that value. So for example, if your average customer spends $500 with you over 2 years, your CLV is 500. You can then compare this to your customer acquisition cost to determine profitability. And so that's how things are, playing together. They're building on each other. And so if you have, let's say you're your service-based business and you start with, maybe you have 3 different packages that people can work with you. And if you look at them, they're almost like levels where there's an entry-level package, then maybe there's a mid-level package, and then there's the high-value, high-level package. And that a lot of times, if you set it up right, you create a pathway for your clients to build and stay with you. So they go through your first program. Your goal then is, after the program is done, is to create marketing content that has that customer coming back, retaining them to go to the next level. And so your CLV is going to be the combined value of all 3 of those programs in one, because one client could go through each one of those different levels of programs with you. So you combine all the value of each one of those programs, and that would be your CLV. And then you take a look at, okay, how much money, time, and effort, we talked about this 2 episodes ago, of how much did it cost to actually retain that client? If they are a member of one of your local chambers and you met them at a networking event, you want to calculate the cost of your chamber membership. You want to calculate how many events did you have to go to let this customer feel like they can trust you enough to say, yes, I want to work with you. You seem like you have what it takes to help me solve my problem. So how many events did you have to attend, and did you spend additional money, or were those events free, or did you have to pay for some food? Those all go to calculating into it. How many hours did you spend at these events? Because your time has a value to it too. So if you spent 2 hours at each event, how much is that your hourly rate? Let's say maybe we would have gotten $150 an hour worth of work done had you not been at that event. So that would go into your cost of acquiring that client. And so hopefully at the end of when you calculate all that, the cost that you got from acquiring the client and them going through your packages is higher than the cost it took to get the client in the first place. And so you want to start looking at that and measuring the customer lifetime value and seeing how much how much your customers are getting, and if you need to adjust prices based on that, like maybe you're not charging enough. So there's one of those things you can adjust based on this, measuring this metric. All right, 2 more. We have the next KPI that every entrepreneur should look at is your conversion rate. We just talked about this a bit. The percentage of leads or website visitors who take a desired action, such as making a purchase or signing up for a service. Why this matters is a high conversion rate means your marketing and sales efforts are effectively turning prospects into customers. We all want that. So if 1,000 people visit your website, and you're using your website to make sales, obviously. So in this case, this is where the magic happens on your website. So if 1,000 people visit your website and 50 of them make a purchase, your conversion rate is 5%. Improving this rate can have a huge impact on your revenue. And so we've got to look at those numbers, see what your conversion rate is. If you're making sales on your website, you can track that and see where you're struggling or doing good. All right, and then the last measurement I have that every entrepreneur should track, and is likely going to align with one of your goals anyways, is your gross profit margin. So this means how much of your revenue turns into profit after accounting for all the cost of goods sold, all of the expenses you've had. What's left after all of that? That's your profit. A healthy growth profit margin indicates that your pricing strategy and cost management are effective. So if you generate $10,000 in sales, but your costs are $6,000, your gross profit margin is 40%. higher margin means there's more profit from each sale. So of course, that's our goal, is to raise that percentage. So that way we have less expenses based on the sales that we're bringing in. All right, so how to use these KPIs effectively. Once you've identified your KPIs, again, this is based off of the goals that you have for your business. It's important to, one, track them consistently. You want to review your KPIs weekly, monthly, or quarterly to spot trends and measure success and measure your progress. Secondly, we want to make data-driven decisions. You can use the insights from your KPIs to adjust your strategy and make informed decisions about marketing and sales and operations. And then thirdly, you want to set realistic targets. KPIs help you set measurable goals, so aim for a realistic growth pattern based on your business's past performance. You don't want to set unrealistic goals that sound amazing, but based on what you've been able to accomplish yet is not realistic. And so tracking the right KPIs, it's going to give you a clear picture of how well your business is performing and help you make strategic decisions for growth. By focusing on these key metrics, you can ensure that your business stays on the path to success and helps you navigate when things come up and you need to pivot. You can iterate and change things and do what you need to do to get back on track. Thanks for joining me today. Next week, we're going to wrap up the series by exploring how to measure success beyond financial metrics, diving into qualitative factors that can drive long-term growth. If you like what you're learning here, please make sure that you like, follow, subscribe to this podcast. Whatever channel you're using, this podcast is going to help you. And if you know any other female entrepreneurs out there that could use a little extra hand, please share this channel with them. It's going to help them get to the next level, just like you are. And also, if you want to learn more about the Empower Her program, this again is a program designed specifically to help female entrepreneurs grow their business with proving strategies. I'd love for you to join. You can schedule a one-on-one meeting with me if you want to explore how the program works and how it can support your growth in 2025. As always, the link is in the show notes for you. Until next time, keep shining, and remember, KPIs are your guides to tracking the health of your business and business success and driving you forward.